I want to let everybody know that we are not talking about how to write confirmations today. We're going to be talking about how to fix suggestions for confirmations. So if anybody needs information on how to do confirmations, Kay's got a help page for you. But beyond that, she's going to refer you to somebody else. I'm Debbie McGee Hogue, and Kay and I are leaders of the PIP project. Pam Smith and Robin are two of our coordinators, and Tina's here also. And then John Kingman is project coordinator for the DNA project.
Correct.
And we appreciate Azure being here as WikiTree to let us in.
So a good place to start is what we're going to look at are the suggestions, 213 and 313, which are saying you've set the status that you've confirmed a relationship with DNA, but you don't have the DNA confirmation statement. And if you click, I clicked on this one, which is the easier dates to work with. So there's some here, and Debbie also did some that did one that's, I think she posted it in the Discord link in the
I did.
Chat to WikiTree Plus. So what we're talking about is the relationship status. Specifically, if it's checked, confirmed with DNA, what do you do if there's supposed to be a DNA confirmation source? If there's not, so how can you look at the profile, see if there is a DNA confirmation source, and if there's not, change the setting to either confident or uncertain. And those are, I didn't open those pages. If you follow the link on those, it explains what makes it confident. You have a reliable source, or you have enough sources.
A reliable source for the parent-child relationship.
Right.
You might have a reliable source for a marriage, but
right.
If it doesn't tell who the parent-child is, it's not a reliable source for this.
Exactly, because what we're doing when we do a confirm with DNA is we're confirming the relationship from the child to the parent, which I believe is talked about in this help page, which is from the child to the parent with a DNA confirmation source. So if there's traditional genealogy or non-DNA sources, you can set the status to either uncertain or confident. We'll show you examples that'll make more sense. I'm talking my way too much. Here's the help page on DNA confirmation. And I think the second sentence is the most important. It's not easy. So if you're doing a DNA confirmation, you want to follow these instructions, and you probably want to read them about 6 times. And if you still don't understand them, John Kingman might be able to help you. I think that's his role.
I would like to suggest also somewhere along in here it says you can use an app called the DNA Confirmation Maker.
Yes.
And that should be pointed out at the appropriate point, I think.
It's right here.
Drop that help page into the chat so everybody can open it for themselves if they want it for now or later.
The source confirmation statement that you use depends upon what your DNA test is and how you're proving it, whether it's an autosomal DNA, whether it's Y-DNA, and so on. And that's all in the help pages. What we're focusing on here is if it's not confirmed with DNA, if there's not a DNA confirmation source on the profile, then it gets this suggestion 212, 213, 313.
13 for fathers.
And then to fix that suggestion, you look at the sources that are already on the profile, or you might have to look at both the child and the parent to determine whether you should change that status to confident or uncertain. Let's jump right into looking at some profiles, maybe.
I think basically what we're saying is that without the DNA confirmation, if you were to say turn off and reset it, what would it be by itself? Without, what sources do you need to mark it as confident? Or if there aren't enough, you should make it uncertain then, right?
Right.
Yep.
Look, when we're going to do a couple of those. We cheated. We found some. We've been looking. We actually put hold requests on them.
Good, good.
So John will tell me if this is correct or not. We'll look at this guy. And this guy happens to be my grandfather. And notice he has sources, and then he has underneath the sources section in the biography, he has a confirmation statement. And if you look at this, if you've used the confirmation app tool that Greg has provided, you will see that this is very, very close to what that tool puts out. So you go through and you answer the questions and you confirm, in this case, both paternal and maternal relationships. Because
yes, this looks like a good confirmation, provided you have something behind it. Namely, birth sources, yes.
So behind it, you mean?
It's got to be based on good genealogy.
Oh, yeah.
So your DNA statement looks good. Do you also have the document showing that parent-child relationship?
Right.
Yeah. And
somewhere in here, I assume there's one of those, at least.
Yeah. Guy is the son of George. Yes, Guy is the son of George and Jane from, it might be in his obituary. It might be in his father's obituary. Of course, he predates when they started keeping records for.
These are inline citations. Go up and look at the statement.
So what do we say?
I was there. Doesn't say anything about his parents there in the first one.
That's just his grave, his death index. We do have his middle name. And we do have his mother's forks.
Okay.
That proves his mother's maiden name. That proves that she was Jane Whiting. So it's kind of a unique source. We're diverging here, but if we look at Jane, I like to see Jane run. See Jane's profile, run away very quickly. You can see that Jane was living next door to George in the census, and she married him. She married him a couple of months later, and she had forks with her maiden name. They were all living in the same family. So here's George as a child of Jane. And then we go to George, and he had his children living with him in the census and named in his obituary. He was a man of strong personality, and he worked at the Auburn prison. What can I say? So we have a DNA confirmation statement on Guy that goes back through George and Jane. And we have information for George and Jane and Guy that confirms their relationships. So are we ready to go to somebody who's got a 313 suggestion? We picked mothers.
I didn't pick mothers. You picked mothers.
We picked mothers. Well, Ephraim. Now this is kind of interesting. Let me just point out that.
Well, we're still waiting on Ephraim to show.
Okay. Well, I'm in the Maple Grove Cemetery, and I have a point on Ephraim. When we look at his grave, we'll see that the same person who originally was the manager for the Find a Grave for all the sands in this cemetery is also the guy who's the manager for this guy. Because it's 10 miles down the road. And if you go ask him to fix a relationship, he will make you manager of all the people in that cemetery that have that last name.
Oh, thanks.
He knows you're related to him. I think he's the sexton for the cemetery. So here's Ephraim. And it says he was born in Connecticut, but he died on Onondaga Hill. And it shows that both his father, Obil, and his mother, Lois, are confirmed with DNA. Since we're doing profile improvement project work that we're showing you, we are working on orphans, or we're working on profiles that have their managers haven't been around, or we contacted them and they haven't answered us. So we're going to go ahead and fix them. So this has no DNA confirmation source. It's got a birth. It's got his grave memorial. Oh, somebody's different manager now. A couple of census records. I don't know. Those are so early. I have to do a lot of things, and an online family tree. Okay, so that's what shows us who his parents are. And
none of that is verifiable, other than they say that Find a Grave is where they got the information about his parents.
Well, let's look at his parents then. So let's go look at mommy. And she has a little bit more information here, but it came from Find a Grave. If you go look at this book, which is a family genealogy.
Okay.
It's a family genealogy, and it lists her. So, okay, that's a pretty good clue that this is probably her. It's got a lot of information, but it doesn't have sources on it. But it's a pretty good clue. And it's got the name of who she married and all. So let's see what her Find a Grave has on it. It probably doesn't have any sources.
But none of that makes it DNA confirmed. So
no, definitely not DNA.
So that definitely needs to be changed.
But is it confident or is it uncertain?
I'll tell you what I think, but
okay,
I think it's uncertain. But
let's look at it.
Because
if we look at Obed, it says Obed and Lois are the wife of these kids.
According to what?
And we don't know. This book said it was Lois Fellows that married Obed. But if we look at this.
Not the
Well,
Barber collection. Okay.
oh, I gotta log in. Oh, I'm still logged in. This is the Barber collection. And Ephraim, here we have Ephraim, the son of Obal and Lois, was born 6 July 1776. 3 July 1774. That's a little different. Oh, it's on here. What's here? Obal, Fellows, and Lois. 6.
So I'd probably be okay with making them confident.
That looks confident. He's got that listed there. She's got Obed. Fellows has Obed as her husband. He's got the Barber collection. And if we look at who made these relationships on Find a Grave, I'm sorry, I've worked with this person and I know he does good Find a Grave work. That's just to help it a little bit more. So we're going to fix this. We're going to change this profile. Let's see if I can get this right. We're going to make the father confident and the mother confident. And I guess we can do it right in here, can't we?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, should we biofix? Should we really, while we're here? Okay, so what do we want to say here?
I usually say changed parental relationship to confident because of, missing DNA confirmation. Statement or citation or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, we're done with Ephraim?
Okay.
I think so. Because unless his parents have DNA confirmations on him, and the fastest way to figure that out is scroll up just a little bit and hit his ancestors tab. Scroll up, hit his ancestors tab, and Ephraim Fellows Jr. has a check mark. That means he's confident, which we're not going to argue with as long as it doesn't say DNA.
Yeah.
So those were okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me that. That's a good way to check that out. Who's next? Jonathan. Let me look at Jonathan. I look at my cheat sheet here. Jonathan and his parents. Because they're both marked as confirmed with DNA.
Right. And those are marked on Jonathan's profile that way.
Right. And
if it went to their parents also, it would mean that it's marked on theirs too.
Right. And
this is obviously uncertain because there are no sources.
He doesn't have any sources. Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't have to look at him.
We can check his parents to see if either of his parents have a source on them, because they could. We see that fairly often.
Yeah.
And there's a child's baptism for James, but not for Jonathan.
Not for Jonathan. And they got married. Okay, they got married. I'm sure they had kids. They probably had kids, but we don't know if this was one of their kids. So we're just going to this guy. We're just going to fix this guy. And we're going to say, you can't be certain. You don't have any sources. Does he's in Kentucky? Ooh,
It wasn't.
yeah,
Fooled you.
got me. No, correct. I have to go research it, so I'm not going to do it right now.
What Kay was doing was adding the country to his birth record. And when she typed it in, it brought up and showed her that Tennessee didn't become a state until 1796.
Yeah.
And so she quickly removed that from there.
Yeah, I don't want to go do the research right now. If I was just editing the profile, I would. But
Right.
I can say, hey,
You
people
can add the location. Yeah.
in Kentucky, take a look at this guy. I'm not tired.
I would just say, and these changed to uncertain. It's obvious that there's no DNA.
No sources.
End of the day. It's the end of the day for Kay. Can you tell?
Yeah, but remove the last. Okay. Do it that way then.
Just like no sources. Okay, so he was easy.
You spelled Tennessee wrong.
Huh?
You need to edit and fix the category, or I can from here if you want me to.
Oh. Uh,
I'll fix it from here. Continue on.
okay. Mary. Let's see, Mary. We have Mary. We have Mary, and both of her parents are marked as confirmed with DNA. And it looks like she's got a census record for a Mary Law, age 55. And supposedly she's the mother of this guy, Charles, but he has a different last name. So I don't see anything here that's a DNA confirmation source or anything that shows us that she was their daughter. Let's look at the parents and see what they say. Okay, he's interesting. Isn't this interesting? DNA sources. This is not a valid, that has nothing to do with Mary. And it's not a valid DNA confirmation source, right, John?
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's like a hint.
He was born. That's good. He was married. Nothing about a son. Nothing about a daughter named Mary. Here we have Sarah, and she was born, and her marriage banns were posted for the marriage, and she died and was buried. So it looks like Mary's relationship to the parents is uncertain. it looks like John doesn't have any more DNA stuff, but probably has some kind of a suggestion about this DNA source. And Sarah is okay as is. One more thing on Mary before we leave this family group is her son Charles. He was baptized and his mother was named Mary. Mary Murphin. Was Mary Murphin Mary Law? We don't know because we don't know who Mary married. All we see on Mary is there was a Mary Law, which would have been her maiden name at age 55. So I think rather than that being confirmed with DNA, that's uncertain. Does everybody agree with that? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's disagreeing.
I
Who is?
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say it's uncertain.
Yeah, they're all uncertain. They're all uncertain. And we're going to go look at John before we finish, but we might, as long as we're here, as long as we're looking at them. Start with this guy. And let's say he might be the son of Mary Law. I don't know. I haven't researched him. Mother is uncertain. Father's DNA confirmation. There is no father. That is weird.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, that is weird.
You can say false, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe somebody disconnected it and there's a ghost in the system.
Disconnected the father but didn't update the suggestion. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it when it does that. It just saved a draft for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate that too.
and I'm guessing that if we start doing these enough, we'll get these
We'll get
wordings built into our text expander.
yes.
Yeah.
So that takes care of Charles. We don't need to change Sarah. We change from the child.
Right.
And we look at her again. Now you see the DNA went away on her son.
But it's still there for her parents, so we need to edit hers also.
Yeah, yeah. We'll leave that. We'll let somebody else fix that. Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't show the missing mothers. It might show up on another report. I think sometimes you don't see all the suggestions when you're editing the profile. So after all is said and done, when I go back to remove the hold requests off from these, I'll check their suggestions. So we did that. And One more, and that's John. Let's fix John. Because if we go look at John, we'll see that, oh, he's unsourced. Where is he? He's in England. Now, I don't have a good sense of English geography, so we'll just do that. Okay, so, and biocheck will tell us that, oh, I didn't find that. We're going to take this. We're going to add, we got research notes up here. So we're going to add DNA. I can't type tonight. Subsection under the research notes. And we're going to put the DNA there because it's not a valid DNA confirmation. I guess I shouldn't bother doing that. It needs more cleanup, but it needs better sourcing, but we'll let someone else deal with that. So that is incomplete confirmation into research. Sound like a good description?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, we got two more, or there's Sarah, there's Charles. Two more, and let's see. Allenson and Cynthia. Basically, this is
It's not in sources.
it's not in sources, and it's an old one. Is that
It's not valid either because it's
yeah,
remote cousins, and not triangulated.
yeah, it's too distant to be a valid confirmation. It is something that's been on there a long time. So this shows how the DNA confirmation on WikiTree has improved over time. Now, do we have evidence of his mother?
Census, maybe?
Not those censuses. Because relationships don't show until after 1870.
On the other hand,
It says
yeah,
there
but
was photographed sources.
There was a link to this. I don't know.
That doesn't show any parents.
Doesn't show the parents. And his mother was dead by when? 21. Wow. Left for the West in 48.
There's no evidence of the relationship.
No. No. There might be something if we dug into this and started to look at some of the sources, since he was a Mormon pioneer. So there's a good chance that there might be some sources when you dig into some of the Mormon stuff. But we're not going to take the time to do that now. We're going to mark it uncertain or let it go for now.
I'd mark it uncertain personally.
Okay. Okay. So there's a couple of things we want to do here. And do we need to change his mother at all? We could move the source into
Research notes, but
yeah. And it doesn't go any further with the DNA except for his kids. So we're not going to go there right now.
No battery. No battery. No battery.
So what we're going to do is change the status. We're going to add a DNA subsection. We're going to move the DNA here. We're going to ignore that suggestion because I don't want to, there's a note about it already. Do those. We're going to change the parent and okay, everybody good with that?
Yep.
And now for Cynthia, we wanted to change this to yeah, that might still show up as a, that's still going to show up, but that's okay. Okay. One more. Marianne. What do we got for Marianne? What do we got for Marianne? Well, Marianne is marked as confident, marked as DNA for both parents.
Can we look at the ancestors?
scroll up. Click the
And look at
ancestor
the
tab.
ancestor tree. So it doesn't go any further up, though. Okay.
So we've got a source here. Let's see what it says. And I can't go to find my past to know if both parents are listed or not. William Sharp and Anne. I'm assuming the way it's written and the way it's cited that that looks pretty good. In Anne, it was married to Sharp. So it looks like it's confident. We don't have her father here. Let's look at Daddy. Uh, I'm guessing that's the
Okay.
same William Sharp, because we don't know if this is the same one that was married to Anne.
Is there a marriage record on Anne's profile?
Yeah, William Sharp, 1827. Lutterworth, 1802, 1827. He'd be 25 years old. That's living in the same
Reasonable.
town. Yeah, I mean, that all fits. That all fits. So I would say confident that Anne and William are Mary Ann's parents.
I
Agreed?
could go with that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
don't need to do anything to Anne. Mary Ann. Is it United Kingdom before in that time frame? I don't know. So the only thing we need to do here did we do that? Did I remember to do that? Remember to do that. This is a 1851 census. In Leicestershire. And that's, should we take out 1861 census? I don't know. I don't know. It's not in there anywhere else. So we're going to leave it. We're not going to mess with it. I was looking at these ambiguous sources down at the bottom. Don't really say anything.
You could add the category needs more sources.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sources. It's just got a couple that are kind of like useless.
John, I just answered a question in the chat. Would you read that and respond if I got it wrong, please?
Oh, you answered a question
about why DNA.
Hold on a second.
Well, I figured John could read it while you were working on that.
Oh, John. Okay.
I'm sorry, where is it?
In the chat, someone asked if there's a DNA statement for Y DNA on it. How many generations are we confident? And as far as I know, it's you still have to have the regular source records, just like you would do for any other DNA statement.
That's
Is
correct.
that accurate? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I
doesn't
thought.
matter if it's Y or MT or X or any of the others either.
Okay.
It applies to the parents of the person who's being of the profile, parents on the profile you're setting the DNA confidence for. And that's, one generation basically, not the DNA confirmation could be a common ancestor further back because of Y-DNA, but you still need to have the background underneath like any other DNA confirmation.
Okay. That was what I thought, but I did want somebody else's confirmation on that because I'm not as well versed in DNA as I should be.
Oh, what
So
you
we've
do
got about
is you start from this DNA confirmation page and you read again that it's not easy. and you've followed the way through here of what instructions and so on and so on, and you will see it will lead you down the different type of tests, and there is a Y-DNA page, mtDNA page. So there's information. Now this isn't the one.
There's
This one.
four, and you'll see those on the DNA app as well, that you've got Y, X, mitochondrial, mtDNA, and autosomal DNA. And the autosomal is the most common one because you get that with the family finder kind of test. Y-DNA traces back through the parental father's line, father to the father to the father, and mitochondrial DNA is passed on by the mother, and X is if there's a special case for X, I'll let you read about that. But anyway, the thing is, the reason you can go further back with Y, for example, is that there's only one path, basically. Whereas with you have autosomal DNA, you're talking about both parents, and both of their parents. So it spreads out very quickly, and after a few generations, it's so dilute you can't really tell. But Y-DNA is much easier to trace back multiple generations, maybe even 5 or 10 or more, depending on where the most recent common ancestor is. So you can have a Y-DNA confirmation that goes back to pre-colonial times and so forth, but not likely to have them for autosomal DNA or X-DNA, for example. Anyway, just aside.
One of the things, and I know it's in here, I just got to find it. DNA confirmation confirms relationships put together using traditional genealogy.
Right.
And you've got sources that prove that make those relationships confident.
Right.
Or uncertain. Can you be uncertain and go right to confirmation? DNA confirmation, I don't know.
No.
No, because
I think
if
it
I
said
have something that shows me back to my grandfather, that means any of my grandfather's children could be my parent. I have to do the work to show which parent belongs to me before the DNA matters. If that makes sense. And it's true everyone you go back. You have to figure out which one of the children of those grandparents apply to you.
Yeah. One of the things if it would be nice is if you couldn't confirm with DNA without it being confirmed in the first place. But it's a little tricky to try to do that.
We've got about 5 minutes left of our time tonight. And what we had hoped was that we would take the last few minutes and everybody choose a orphan pair from the suggestion list and try it on their own to see if you've got 313 up and they're harder. Okay, hold on a second. Let me share my screen.
When you've shared, let me know and I'll unshare mine. That
Okay.
makes it easier for sure.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so I need to stop sharing if I can find it.
Can you guys see the WikiTree Plus screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sharing might have gone away.
Okay. This is the suggestions report for suggestion 213, which is the father. It has a parental check mark doesn't have a parental statement for the DNA. And we did 20th century because they're easier. And if anybody wants to just throw one out there, we can do it together, not prepared, and we'll see what we come up with. Or we can each choose one of our own and go with that. Thoughts? When you look at this report, it shows you both parents. It shows you the child and the father. And I like to work on ones that they're both orphans, just because I like to work with orphans.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose this. I'm going to choose this child, and we're going to see what happens. And it didn't share that one, so hold on a second and let me change my sharing. Da, 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 da. My entire screen. In the window. Share that one. Share. Now you should be able to see yourselves. Okay, so I chose Cleota Bressler, Think. And I'm going to look down through it. We've got Silas confirmed with DNA. So we're going to scroll down see if there is not a DNA statement. So we've got a valid suggestion. And we don't have any sources that we can actually get to, although they are probably valid sources. It just doesn't give us enough information to go with. So do I want to take a minute and look it up or not?
I noticed that there's several of her ancestors that are also DNA confirmed.
Oh, are they?
Her.
Oh, I would pick a tough one, wouldn't I?
Rabbit
Right,
hole,
well,
rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's go back to Henry and see if the sources are any better. No, they are not.
Oh, I bet you I'd
Okay.
complain about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I picked a bad one to look at. I'm closing it, and we'll come back to that one when we're not on a screen. I'll see if I can find one that's at least a little easier to work with. Let's try Roy Frank Eubank, see if he's any better. No profile manager. Lots of stuff here. Family Bible.
Don't you just love it when you go to a profile and you're like, can I clean this one up?
Please. Early life notes. Oh, man. Marriage record. 1910, in the household of his parents, Charles Eubank.
Ow.
So I think this one's okay. It just doesn't have a DNA statement. So it can't be marked as DNA confirmed. It can only be marked as confident. My brain went dead there for a minute.
Right.
So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change him to confident. And I am not going to clean him up, Kay, in spite of wanting to. I'm going to say set father to confident. Due to no DNA confirmation statement, right?
Right. You misspelled do.
And I know I'm going to misspell it. I'm going to change it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, he ought to be come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know he's in the United
But
States.
this is the kind of things we need done. Is we've got suggestions for DNA on orphan profiles. John can't do them all by himself, and it's something that we as Profile Improvement Project members can help on.
I much appreciate it.
Now, any questions? Unmute yourselves. Say hello. I'm going to stop sharing. We're just going to spend a few minutes just talking. Thoughts, anybody?
Well, I'm still lost, so.
Oh no, Patty, where did we lose you?
Oh no, it's just DNA. It just blows my mind. It's like what? Like for instance, to me, okay, I have my DNA done and my brother's DNA done, so we can confirm our DNA. But how do you confirm that it's your grandparents is the same DNA, other than just the standard sources? You know that's your grandfather. You know that's your grandmother, et cetera, et cetera.
The way that works is that you find a cousin, or depending how far back you want to go, distant cousin, because that ancestor has passed their DNA down to them too. And if you match them, you have formed a sort of a pyramid that says it goes back to that most recent common ancestor, and the people in between can be confirmed, as well as the ancestor, perhaps, depending how far back it is. So it's because you share in it, your parents go to their kids, so the kids can basically confirm the parents, and then the cousins confirm the grandparents, and second cousin, third, you can go quite a way back.
That's provided you have family that's actually interested in this and will do it.
Correct. And do tests. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Most of my family is just like, yeah, I don't care.
That's what I've had to do. That's what I've had to do because my parents are deceased. My father died in 1954, my mother in 1980. My brother's dead. I'm not speaking to my sister. So I don't have anybody right close by, but I have found dozens of cousins, lots of second cousins and third cousins on Ancestry DNA. And I got into that window when MyHeritage was taking Ancestry DNA. They're not doing that anymore. So I've got matches on both Ancestry and MyHeritage with all these cousins, which has been enabled me to go back far enough in my mother's line, for instance, to show that my aunt was wrong when she contended that their mother had been adopted. Because I have DNA matches all through that family.
Yeah.
In these cousins.
Well, everybody I don't want to put my DNA in a database, and
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, because what did you do wrong that you don't want your DNA in a database? That's what I want to
know. What crime would you commit?
That's right.
And I just wanted to say that I heard you, and now what I need to do is go look at the profiles I know something about and kind of test this out in my own pool. And then when I feel like I understand it, I'll approach an orphan. But I gotta think on this a little bit.
Yeah, the thing
that
you can also look at is if you have on your profile DNA connections, those are the people that you might match with to do DNA confirmation. So, but it doesn't mean you're confirmed. It just means they are candidates for confirmation.
Right. Thank you for that.
How about if you're a parent and your child is adopted? How do you work that one out?
Well, your adopted child would have to find matches with their actual biological parents.
That's been done.
And then if you have the tests between that child and a sibling or a cousin, then you can go back on their biological line. But
how do you put it into your tree, though, as the parent?
Well, I think they've created biological trees now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Iowan's going to talk about that coming up this week, tomorrow, I believe, and explain how to do that because it's her situation.
Okay.
So it might not cover the DNA, but it would cover how you connect the biological and and adoptive parents or
Yeah, it's
real
sort of like
parents.
a parallel tree in a way. Yeah.
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 Okay, that'd be great.
I want to know, how'd you guys get that nifty little menu on the right-hand side of your screen that shows
Oh,
brother love, husband love?
That's the participants menu. If you look
Oh,
down in the very bottom of your screen, there should be one that's got little heads, and that's the participants.
Oh, no, I meant on the wiki profiles.
No,
Like when you
Oh,
bring up a screen over to the right, it has brother of, father of, you know,
that's
sister of.
that is that's a setting in the WikiTree browser extension to
Oh,
move it
okay,
from
I have that.
above the name to the right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hunt that down. I'm just now learning that extension, so.
Yeah, it's in there. I'm not sure what it's titled, but that's where it's at.
I've just recently retired, so it's like this is what I do for 8 to 12 hours a day now.
Understand.
It's like I actually have time to do this.
Just 8 to 12, you must be slacking off.
Yeah. I've been known to be up because I couldn't go to sleep at 3 in the morning to be here doing it, you know. I'm kind of like Debbie. I like to take orphan profiles, see what I can find.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have anything else, and we are almost at the 10 minutes after the hour. So it is time for us to go away, except I got a message here real quick. I can't, Tina, because I don't know which one it is.
Oh, I think Linda has sent that to me before. I'll look and dig and see if I can find it too.
Okay.
it's
All
been
right,
fun. Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate you
much.
guys.
everybody,
Thank
and
you.
we hope to have your help cleaning
Yeah.
up some of these suggestions.
Well, I'm not
Enjoy your
confident
evening.
enough yet, but I'll look into it.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.